Hello and welcome to another episode of Silence is Golden. I'm Simon Kelly.
And I'm Ginny Mac.
And today what we're going to be doing is talking about WordPress themes. We're also going to be talking about Elementor 2.0, the beta that's come out. That's looking really, really exciting. We're going to take a look at Chatbots, and we're going to have a look at what Google is testing, as well as some things that really pissed me off this week. Stay with us. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Simon. You are looking a lot fresher today than last week when you were fresh off the plane from Bali.
What are you trying to say?
I'm surprised.
The scar on my head is healing up a little bit.
It is too. Yeah. No, we got through that episode very well last week.
You got us
I was
through
impressed.
that episode, just kind of dragged me through the mud through that one, so thank you.
No problem. You're back on track this week.
A little bit.
You're in the hosting seat.
We'll see how we go.
So how about we start by taking a look at what's been happening in the press this week?
Stuff that happened.
So I don't know if you're getting a bit sick of hearing about Facebook and
Never.
everything that's been happening there. And I must say I'm very tempted to hop off Facebook, but we'll talk about that later. But here's an article this week that's from Wired, and it's Facebook imposes new restrictions on ads and popular pages. So basically, I think we missed out on a lot of this during the US election, but there was a lot of advertising going on and people getting in the, the back way. And so, Facebook are lifting their game now and putting in new restrictions. Yeah. So there were certain vetting processes that took place if there was names of candidates and things like that. But now it's getting a little bit more tight. So to prevent, people getting through the back door and doing the dodgy that way. So this article is all about that. And they've Mark Zuckerberg put on his blog post or on his Facebook page last Friday something about the pending Honest Ads Act. So again, that's about trying to make things a bit more streamlined and getting everything a little bit tighter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with all of this. I just know in our conversation this week at work, we were sort of saying, I'm just tempted to get off Facebook altogether. And Ray was having a chat and saying that we can get now a Facebook group for anyone in the workplace, and we can sign in as that so WP Elevation. So it doesn't have to be ourselves if we wanted to get off Facebook. Yeah. So there's some interesting alternatives and ways around things. How are you finding the whole Facebook debacle?
Well, I see that Facebook is, it's like a bit of a fickle platform. Like, it's huge and it controls so many things at the moment. Like, you can't really avoid it. It's crazy. It's everywhere. If you're a business, like being on Facebook and advertising and getting to your network, like Facebook is a great vessel for you to do that. But what we were talking about off camera just before was that you don't control Facebook, and the recent changes with the well, not changes, but the recent exposure of the data breach that happened. It just proves how quickly a platform can be completely undermined. I don't exactly see a big exodus from Facebook just yet, but if you're building your business marketing and you're building your audience on Facebook, this is just really a wake-up call that you don't own that. And it can change. It's the platform that you don't own, right? Like, you're not paying for that in any way. Like, you get that completely for free, other than the ads that you spend to reach your audience on there. But it can change at any time. So this is another wake-up call for WordPress consultants and people that do marketing and work with clients to own the media that you produce via your website and via video and whatever else you've got. But it's really more about investing in owned media than it is in another platform that could change at any time.
So something that you have full control over.
That's right.
And we even talked about that when we did a SWOT analysis at WP Elevation. And we talked about one of our weaknesses was we might be relying too much on Facebook for advertising. And this is a perfect example. If our audience all decides they don't like it, they want to go somewhere else, then we've invested so much into getting this platform happening. So I totally agree with what you're saying. Like, use what you can use. You've got your website, write your blogs, like really try and build that up, something that you've got control over.
Yeah, your owned media.
Yeah.
Investing a lot in that.
Yeah. So what else did you find this week?
So Elementor 2.0 beta video came out, and it looks super exciting. So have a look at that on YouTube.
Yeah.
really what page builders and these more powerful themes are really helping WordPress consultants do is just build websites so much faster. So less focus on the how to do things, even though it seems like people are still very focused on the how to do things, but we'll talk about that in a bit. It's making it so easy to build websites now. It's not such a technical exercise anymore, which really brings the next stage of the growth in like the website designer, the website consultant, is that you need to really focus so much on what you put on the page. Like that is one of the most important things now. Now that the hard work of actually building the thing is almost done for you, I really see that if you're still like changing themes and like, oh, what's the best technology to build this? If you're still spending all your time researching and testing that stuff, then you're going to be left behind when it comes to getting results for your clients and for your own website, if you're not focusing on results and what actually gets them.
So we're talking about really top-notch content, great call to actions, and even that description, what do you actually do? What's this website about? That's just got to be spot on these days. Yeah,
and Elementor 2.0 is just making it so easy to build pages with some of those key guidelines already in place, which is just ridiculous.
Wow.
So you don't even need to really know this stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost like a color by numbers thing where you just replace things, which in some ways is potentially detrimental because websites could look very similar, but master that platform, get better and better at using that and creating something unique and focus on getting results.
Sounds good. All right, I'm going to check that video out later.
Sweet.
Now, what was the next one you found? Was it
chatbots?
Chatbots.
They're a hot topic. Everyone's excited about chatbots or very pissed off about them because they're freaking annoying. Because we're like, you've got Messenger open, you're talking to someone, and you're not talking to anything at all now. So there is definitely a use for them. There's definitely a place, and you really can't stop that it's going to be a growing platform, a growing technology. So it is worth at least paying attention to, even if it really gives you the shits.
Yeah.
So before I get into any takeaways, what's your experience with
Well, that's what I was going to say. I know we use a live chat, which is different to a chatbot.
Yep.
So we use live chat that we man ourselves, and I find that's really good, and we can really add value, help people out. They love that they're talking to someone who is real.
That's right.
So the whole chatbot thing, I'm still not sold on.
Yeah.
What about you?
The way I see it, and just using WP Elevation as an example, is if there were a couple of options just up front to just get to the right person or just to get to the right question.
Yeah.
So if it was something as simple as like, how much does the course cost? Or when are you open? Like, when is it closing? And it would just be a simple answer.
Yeah.
And then, is there anything else I can help you with? Can happily give you to a live person. They can get the answer and then get to a person after that.
Right. And
So
technology has come a long way from the early days where, you
Definitely.
type something in and they'd have no idea what you're talking about. So
That's
they've
right.
got the key search, the key words, and
exactly.
they'll pull that up. But then there's another point on that is like, how well is your website being able to be navigated? Like, are you putting these things out clearly so people can actually find them and not get annoyed in the first place?
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of content that are on websites these days. So yeah, there is a place for it.
Yeah.
What do you? So you think they're okay?
I think it'd be
used for?
good for like things like banks. I think it's good for very content-heavy websites and big companies where you just want a bit of quick information and you just have no idea where to find it. If it gave like the FAQs and you could just type in what you're after and it would give you the quick answer, bang. Like,
that's true. Government websites,
hours,
banks.
Even small businesses. Like, what are the opening hours? What's your price range? Can I download a price list or something like that?
Yeah.
That's probably not going to be on the homepage. But if a chatbot was just able to field those questions, then potential customers get answers faster and potentially better customer service.
Yeah.
So,
and the article's saying that it's a thumbs up for it. It's saying that it is going well.
Yeah, so it apparently says that with banking and healthcare sectors, compared to traditional call centers, it's 4 minutes less when it comes to response time.
Wow.
Which, like, if you scale that across healthcare and banks, like that's a lot of saved time.
Definitely. Hey, before we go on to the next article, there's something that you might be noticing that's a little bit different today for the set, and we haven't pointed that out yet. And if we can point out the elephant in the room, what is this gorgeous looking expensive toy we have here, Simon? Do you want to tell the peeps what it is?
I'd love to. Well, I was hoping it would be triggered by some kind of movement. Well, It hasn't happened yet. If you could,
Okay.
if you could prepare that, that'd be awesome.
If you're watching and you haven't liked our Facebook page yet, now would be a good time to like it so we can see how this little baby works.
Yeah. If you'd like to be a live statistic, then press the like on the WP Elevation Facebook page.
And if it doesn't go up, it means that we've got everyone who likes us already.
Millions of dollars.
So basically what this is you need to plug it in, but it's wireless. So it's by Smirl, S-M-I-I-R-L, Smirl.
Sure.
And so it's wireless, and when we get a like, it ticks over and it makes that really cool sound like those old-fashioned clocks that tick over. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Troy got this for the office. He loves his shiny new toys. But we've had it up, and all week we watch it, and when one goes up, we're like, whoa! So it's quite exciting. It's a bit of a distraction, but we love it. So yeah, so that's what that's all about.
All about vanity metrics. What other things can we get that make us look awesome?
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll see what the budget.
As long as it doesn't go down.
Yeah.
Does it? Do we have a?
It does go down too. Let's hope it doesn't. Oh.
Oh.
Hello.
My God.
Oh.
Did it just go down one?
It went down by about 5.
All right, let's get this out of here.
It went down by about 5. People, what's going on here?
That's not what I said to do. What's wrong with you?
All right, let's keep monitoring this while we do our next. I think we've got one more article.
It's like live feedback to how well we're doing. It's like, what do you think of the show? It's like,
oh yeah. If we crack a bad joke, down, down, down.
Up.
Okay, let's stay focused and entertaining to get those likes happening.
So what else is happening is that Google is testing the more results feature, where instead of up, hey, we're back.
We need our bell to ring as well.
Oh my God, it's gonna be a long day.
Oh, it's just dropped again. Okay, we're getting distracted. See, this is the thing. It's so annoying.
Show now. We can just watch this thing happen.
Okay, let's
Google
focus.
is testing more results where instead of pressing 2 and 3, where apparently there's search results, but I've never seen those pages. You click on more results, and this is I've only seen screenshots from your mobile at the moment, and it says more results, and instead of loading the next page, it essentially does, but it's more of like a I can't remember what it's called. Scroll.
Load more.
Load more.
Yeah.
What is that called?
I don't
Where
know.
it just never ends and scrolls. It's got a name.
Yeah, never ending.
Never-ending scroll.
Story.
The technical. No,
Ajax scrolling, that'll do me. That sounds
if
really
you know
cool.
what that's called, let us know in the comments, because I'm having a mind blank right now.
Okay. So anyway, I read this and I thought, big deal. What's
No, it's
Parallax?
definitely got a word. Someone let me know, please. Please, it's killing me. Someone smarter than me, which is all of you, please let me know in the comments.
Okay, I'm trying to just get the comments happening.
Yeah.
But okay, but I read this and thought, oh, big deal. But so why?
How dare you?
Why is this a good
Because
thing?
Google are changing things, and that's important. Because the second page of Google's results, have you ever seen them?
Yeah. Although my
Really?
son, my 14-year-old son, when I told him about this story today, he goes, no one ever goes to page 2,
That's
Mum.
right, exactly. So they're testing to see, instead of clicking on page 2, which no one does, apparently, some people, Jen does, so that demographic does.
Oh my God! The mum.
I'll leave that with
When
you.
they want to watch more cat videos.
So instead of that, it's infinite scroll.
Infinite scroll.
No, I didn't.
Oh no, okay.
All right. Thank you to
Thank
whoever
you.
posted that and to myself for coming up with that.
Josh,
Initiative
thank you.
gave
Thank you,
to me.
Josh. Yep, you were onto it.
Josh.
And Colleen.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, team. Who knows what I was talking about? Anyway.
Okay, so it's good for those.
It's good for them testing.
The
and
battlers who can't get to page 1.
Potentially means that 11 to 20 could be exposed to a lot more clicks.
Okay.
That's the potential big change there.
Yeah.
Whereas 11, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Unless it's
okay, well, I think that's good. I'm all for the guys who are trying to get up to page 1 but just can't do it. We've all been there, right? So, okay, I like that.
Cool. All right.
Moving on.
Me not being able to remember what infinite scroll is really annoys me. But there was a couple of other things that really got to me.
Oh.
Like in life in general, but especially in the last week.
So let's see what's on.
This pisses me off.
All right, grumpy young man, what's been happening
I really
this
love
week?
how happy the theme music is, to be honest. It's like, da-da-da-da. This gives me the shits. So,
Yeah, what's been annoying you
all
this
right.
week?
So this annoys me in life in general, all the time, basically. So we're talking about themes today. We talk regularly about tools to do things and like little helpful gadgets and processes and little helpful things. But we get so bogged down, and we, as in you, get so bogged down in the how to do something, when you really lose sight of the why and why you're even doing that in the first place. If you are working with clients, focus on what it is that gives them value, not so much on the how to do stuff. The how to create a theme and the how to, and changing all the tools all the time and how to do a process. Focus on why you're doing it, what gives the most value, and double down on what gets results. So it really pisses me off that people are focused too much on the how to and they forget about the why.
So the how-to also being what shiny tool do you use for this as well, and contemplating that and back and forth, like just, okay, quickly chat to people you know about, do a bit of research, decide on that tool and stick with it and get on with the job, that kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're thinking, like as a pretty broad example, like how do I build a website? So cool. You could get stuck in that forever, the how-to stuff, like how to, what theme to use, what hosting to use, where to get domains. You could be stuck in that and change all the time because technology changes really rapidly, and your process and all that stuff.
Yep.
But if you are really grounded and focused on why you're doing that, let's say if you work for nonprofits and you're really focused on the result that they want and the why around that, then all the pieces will eventually come together, and you really cut the baggage of all the extra crap and the time you spend researching all the new technology about the how-to stuff. You're really grounded on the why and the results.
So I think that the more experience you get in the industry, the better you would be at doing this. So do you think yourself, were you like that at the very beginning? Did you get lost in that? And what did you do to come around to going, okay, stay focused?
Yeah, well, I agree that it's a experience thing, but I really think it's a mindset thing, and mindset can be changed instantly.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're just getting started, it's not like this is going to take you some time. I think you could immediately just go, yeah, all right, I'm going to ground myself with my client's goals and the why behind what I'm doing, and I'm just going to double down on what gets results and gives value, and you could change that immediately as long as your mindset's in the right spot. But if you are constantly focused on the how-to and the technology and all that stuff, then you really will start. Well, you'll lose sight of the why, you'll lose sight of what gets results, and you'll just be continuously focused on technology and changing stuff around all the time.
Well, I love that advice, and I think mindset is really important, and it also plays to self-doubt. So I think when we're all, especially when we're starting out, everyone's got the imposter syndrome, and someone else is probably doing this better than me. Oh, I don't know if I'm doing it the right way. So mindset and just looking at that self-doubt and having a bit of belief in yourself and changing that around and saying, no, I can actually do this. I'm not going to spend hours getting lost in it. I'll give myself maybe a certain amount of time, and then trust that, trust the process.
Yeah.
So yeah, mindset and self-belief, I think, play to that.
We are all making things up all the time. Right now, we are literally making things up. Like, Jin may be absolutely dying on the inside with nervousness, but I'm not sure if it shows. I could be as well, and I definitely was with the first couple of episodes. When I first was, like, totally off topic right now, but when I was first doing some videos for WP Elevation, there is this like big red rash on my neck that I don't know if people can see.
I remember the red rash.
But no one, you can?
No, I do remember, only because like I was here helping you out.
Oh, cool. But apparently no one noticed. Apparently I seemed all cool and collected on the outside, and like, maybe not.
You did though,
seemed fine, but so when it comes to confidence and when it comes to actually going and doing things and like having that faith in yourself and like trusting in yourself and knowing that what you're doing is right. Like, if you're waiting to have confidence or you're waiting to have trust before you do something, you've got it backwards.
Yeah.
The difference between like someone that does something and someone that doesn't isn't confidence and skill and whatever. It's just that they do it, and that's it. And when you're in that uncomfortable zone, you need to just get more comfortable with being uncomfortable and just do it. Just get the thing done.
I like that. Ooh. That's good advice. So we went from something that really pisses you off to some very deep advice there, Simon.
Well, I like to give advice, and we have had some questions from the community, and like some of the questions that we had were from a couple of weeks ago. Are we doing that?
We're gravitating around the same number.
There we go.
Oh, come on, people.
Absolutely shattering.
Okay, so should we get stuck into our community questions?
Let's have a look.
Let's get unstuck.
What do we got?
Okay, so if I'm not getting too distracted by our numbering system, Matt Radella, we love Matt, he provides a lot of value to our Facebook group, and he's asked a question and he says, I'm always looking to deliver exceptional value to my customers, obviously so you can deliver good value but also raise your rates. And he wants to know what are some of the ways to add value, both real and perceived, to your service in order to position yourself as a premium service. Now, I thought if I maybe might be able to go in from my perspective, which is a bit more sort of customer service, and then you from the website owner, the business owner. So I know, first of all, we, shameless plug for video user manuals, VUM, we find this is low-hanging fruit. It is a great way to say, hey, we have these videos, there are over 80 videos to show you how to use your new website properly, how you can do this and that, and we're including that as part of the package. So when you log into your website, you'll see great videos, easy to watch, easy to use, and that will help you understand that. So that's again, you can build that into the price, but that's a great perceived value that they've got, and it doesn't cost it doesn't cost you much for a developer license, and out of your time and effort, it's easy. So that's great low pickings. As the customer happiness person here at WP Elevation, I know myself that if you can actually, people are all about high touch and just really connecting with them. So anything you can do to connect, I think, is fantastic. And that shows that you go above and beyond what other people do. So I don't know about you, Simon, but with a new client, once you've delivered the website, maybe giving them a gift or a letter, like we give personal letters in the mail to everyone when they sign up, and that's like people get a letter in the mail, a card in the mail. We do it through Thankster.com, I think it is, and they get the letter in the mail and they get so excited that they've got a hand-delivered letter. So like just going above and beyond in ways that aren't going to take too much of your time and effort, we find really work well. So as a business owner though, what do you find what services can you offer that go above and beyond?
Well, just with what you were saying, that's awesome. That's like really nice touches, and I'm totally going in a completely different direction, but that's great. Like that's actually, that's like the experience.
Yes.
And I think that's really amazing. Like to be able to give a fantastic experience to your clients is just incredible, and like the kind of referrals you'll get from that, and just the value you can provide from a great experience is just something that can absolutely set you apart. So yeah, I think that's
spot on.
bloody amazing. And just to recap what you said about the support videos, just to make sure that that's clear, that's by adding video user manuals as a value add, is what you're saying. Like
yes.
So you launch your website, but they also get X number, like I can't remember exactly what it is, but 30 plus videos to be able to show you how to add your website, to be able to manage your website that you can refer back to at any time as a value add.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, something else is like, I know we were doing for a little bit with care plans.
Yep.
So we offered a phone call. So we also did a weekly phone call.
Nice.
And I think that having that time scheduled to chat, or Skype them face to face gives the client that reassurance that you're there when I need you. Hold on to all your questions till that time when we chat. And they love to just being able to check in quickly, schedule it, say it's only a 15-minute phone call every however often, but something like that's another way. So if you're doing website maintenance plans or care plans, think of a way that you can personalize that a little bit as well to add that extra high touch kind of point.
Yeah, cool. Nice one.
Yeah.
Cool. So some of my thoughts were not so much around the experience, which is awesome. So definitely like that. Got a lot of takeaways just from that, which is great. So one of the highest level things and one of the best things that I did, and actually this was a big takeaway from the mastermind that was year before last. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
That's to get in sync with my clients' goals, and we do this now every 12 months. So we'll Spire Petroleum Board. We actually have a previous episode on that, and I know that Maddie's going to ask me where that is. She's going to ask for the link,
show notes.
I shouldn't have said anything, but no, we'll find that link to the Trello board. So there's a template you can do to set goals with your clients. Really basic. Exercise only takes about half an hour to an hour. with
good.
clients and really gets in sync on the goals for the 12 months ahead of time. So that exercise in itself really lets the client know that you have what they want in mind, and you're going to be focused around what their goals are this year, not so much in a reactive sense. So you'll be more like, oh, you want to achieve that in Q4? Great. We're going to be prepared in Q1. We know you want to achieve this, so we can get our things in place.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah, it pulls out of being like, oh, we have to be available at all times. You can help them achieve their goals before they tell you what to do. And that has that's helped me and the business so much to get across all our clients' goals together, see what is consistent, and see what other services we can provide that help them achieve their goals, so we can plan them ahead of time.
Yep.
So that's been really epic for us and for our clients.
I love that. And they just feel that you know exactly what they want by knowing their goals.
Because we literally do know what they want, because they told us, and we
that's why they
documented
chose you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Totally. So knowing what is the most valuable to them and going and doing it. Now, I'll just kind of dive a bit deeper into that.
Yeah.
So client wants a website. Sweet, deliver the website. Great. But what is the most valuable to them? Like, you need to get super clear on what is the most valuable to them.
Yeah.
Is it more sales? How many sales? Is it more emails? How many emails? What's that going to do for them? Really get up and up and up and up and up the ladder. What is the thing that you're doing going to provide? And what's that going to provide? And up and up. And really getting to the real core of what that is. Even just having that conversation with the client and getting right to the top of that exercise in itself will just set you apart from other people and other competitors. And you just become naturally the trusted advisor just through that conversation. You obviously have to deliver it eventually, but just having that conversation is just amazing.
You
So
build the rapport
do
with
that.
them, and they know that you get them, and
That's right.
and you talk, you respond in their language as well, and so to show you've been listening to them. And that's what we talk about in the Go Wide, Go Deep technique, which we have mentioned in some of these other Silences Golden videos
definitely.
as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's spot on. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
What else?
So picking a niche and going super deep in that niche. So if you want to be one of the most valuable, consultants or service providers, if you serve a particular niche and only that niche, you become more valuable, right? If you are rarer as well, so scarcity, if you are only the one that services non-profit dentists,
Ooh. If there's
if you are the only one that serves them, you are going to be pretty valuable, right? If you're the one who does
sure,
lead
they won't be able to
generation-
pay you, but
Well, not-for-profits have a
No, they
significant
do,
amount of-
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know about
They just
not-for-profits
don't put it in
dentists
the
though.
profit account. Yeah. Just pull that one out from somewhere.
Yeah, but no, that's true. So
Yep.
you really niche down and show
That's
you're
right.
the expert in that niche.
Yep. And only serve within a particular geographic location. So only serve non-for-profit dentists within a 10, and there's a non-competition clause. So if there's multiple within 10 kilometers, you'll only serve one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that, I could be talking to 3 of your competitors in the non-for-profit dentist niche.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to serve one.
Ooh.
So that makes you even more valuable.
Okay.
Yeah. Proof, case studies, big results, video testimonials. Scarcity, exclusivity, endorsement by a known authority.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So another influencer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Troy Dean sends me a lead.
Yep.
I can be asleep on the phone call and they still want to work with me. No.
But it's true. A trusted source
That's
is
right.
a big one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Write the book on the topic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not as hard as you think, right?
I have no idea. Let's find out. Let's
Well,
see if I can write a book.
Start with an ebook. Start with something small.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But write the book on the topic, and then if I wrote the book on marketing for dentists, for non-for-profit dentists. Here you go. Bam. That's a hell of a business card.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And then the last one, which might be a little bit more achievable in the short term, create content, articles, blog posts, videos on the topic, and make sure that this ranks highly.
Beautiful. So being a expert in showing themselves that you're going to be the expert in the field.
That's right.
And also you know how to SEO that stuff as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go, Matthew. That's a bit of a long-winded answer.
I
to your
like
question,
that.
But a lot of loaded stuff in there.
I just want to say something. I like this quote that Karen Leslie's told us too. According to Mel Robbins, confidence is the decision to try, and it begins with action.
Nice.
So yeah, make the decision, but then you've got to start actioning it. I think that's where a lot of people fall down.
Confidence is the decision to try. That's
And
awesome.
it begins with action. Yeah.
Love it.
Nice. Thanks, Karen. I like that. Okay, and yes, Colleen mentions that Mike Killen, who's one of our coaches, is a famous author as well.
Exactly.
So he's written the book on writing the book.
Yeah, yeah. So what was it? Scale something about scaling.
We'll find out.
What is it? Who said that? Colleen, do you know what the name of Mike's book is, so we can just give it a shameless plug on the
it's a good one, very relevant.
Drop it in the comments, and you know, we'll just we'll carry on, because there is something important that we want to talk about this week, and that is WordPress themes. So
yes,
let's dive in.
Time to dig into the gold nugget.
So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about WordPress themes, right? So we're not getting super specific like we have been in the past and like one thing about WordPress themes. I want this to be a bit more of a holistic, you know, kind of approach to WordPress themes. Like, what are some of the most important things that you need to know when it comes to choosing a WordPress theme? Because, don't you forget, it pisses me off that you're changing themes all the time. So stop it.
Yes. All right. I am looking forward to your golden nuggets on this one.
I thought you were going to run it. No. So, well, just, you know, before we get started, and you can feel free to not know the answer to this. That's totally fine. Why is it important to pick a WordPress theme? Like, why is it important to know anything about WordPress themes when building websites?
Well, first of all, you've got to know your like we were talking, you've gone wide and gone deep with your client, all right? So you will be knowing exactly what the client wants and the capabilities that they're after. So for example, you've got to know whether the WordPress theme, like, they will want it to look pretty, they know that, but they don't get the whole thing behind how it all works. So, you know, does it need e-commerce, you know, and you'll see, okay, well, this one the client likes the look of, but it doesn't have the e-commerce capabilities that we want. So basically, it's about being the expert, so you can go to the client and say, this is going to work the best for you, and we can make it look how you like as well. So I don't know, that's my take on it.
No, totally. So like you mentioned like functionality, but more from the builder's perspective, like the person who's actually has to deliver this thing. So as opposed to saying like, here's the theme client to pick. I know some companies do that, like you pick a theme and then they'll customize it. Sure, that model can totally work. But from like a builder's perspective, like the WordPress builder's perspective, what technology, what theme is going to work well for what you need to deliver to the client? What's going to be as quick as possible, as efficient as possible? It's going to reduce maintenance as much as possible. Longevity is definitely important when it comes to WordPress theme, because otherwise you have to go back, change things, because that theme's not supported anymore, and that's going to take cost, that's going to require cost. You have to go back to the client, tell them it needs more budget. They're like, what the hell is a theme, and why did you need to change it anyway? And you're like, well, it's not secure anymore. Weird conversation you don't want to have. So you want to be investing in a software stack, basically, that you can rely on, depend on, and build your business from. So that's why picking a theme that's going to work well for you and the solutions you provide to your clients is really important, and sticking to it.
Oh, okay.
That's my recommendation there. So a bit of a theme checklist here, and we'll make sure we put this in the show notes as well. It needs to be well coded. Now, how the hell do you know if it's well coded?
I have no idea, you tell me.
So it needs to be from a company that is really good at coding. Like, if they're good at coding and if it's got good reviews and it's been endorsed by people who are developers and who are good at coding, then I would say that's a tick. So the company has to be around for a while that builds the theme, and other trusted WordPress professionals are saying, yep, this is a well-coded theme. So that's how I would assess if it's well-coded or not. It needs to be fast, which is another sign that it's potentially well-coded. So it needs to load quickly. Like, you don't want to have this bulky theme. Like, there are some themes. Actually, you know what? We won't mention any names. There are some themes out there that are multi-purpose themes that have everything in them, and
but
they're super bloated. And if you want to customize something, you seem like you can, until you can't, and then it's an absolute pain in the ass. So try to avoid those ones, because there's other ways to get things done. Okay. So it needs to be fast. It needs to load super fast. The company needs to be around for a while, which is what I mentioned before. Ideally, they've done other things. Like, it's not their first product, right? They need to have, you know, good support. There's been a lot of companies that have come from like a web agency background, and now they're developing products such as like Beaver Builder. I think Elementor team did as well. The team behind Astra build plugins as well, and I think there were an agency before that too. So some history with success is definitely important. It's not overloaded with so many features. You need 1,000 clicks to change the header, because that just makes you a professional clicker, and it gets really annoying on the old finger.
Definitely.
Ideally, it uses the WordPress customizer for settings, which is usually a sign of a well-coded theme as well.
Ooh, good tip.
Yeah, so the WordPress customizer.
Yep.
Versus a lot of theme builders have like their own, like, I don't know, I guess they're different customizer.
So it's a bit clunky.
Yeah, it's clunky.
Yep.
Yeah, or it's just not going to follow the WordPress standards. So
Yep.
it's going to be harder to learn and potentially it's going to break in the future. So
Okay.
what do we got?
Hey, we've hit the
looking
30s.
Good, guys. Cool.
Okay,
And it's got
I'm
a big
loving these
community
tips.
of people that like to use it.
Okay,
Yeah,
and why
so-
is that important?
Well, it helps with support.
Mm-hmm.
It helps to show that they've got a lot of people to disappoint if they mess something up.
Yep.
Yeah, there's probably
that's true.
more, but that's enough on that list. The rule of two. 2 things I'll give you on that list. So yeah, a good community, it really helps. And you
Yeah.
can get support from the community, which has been amazing. Something I really didn't think when Facebook groups have become really large, obviously, and I didn't really think that would be such an important part of the work that I do, is being in a community that's part of a company, but the support is provided by the community,
Yeah.
and not the support staff. It's just kind of
Yep.
led and guided by them, which is
And that
actually
goes to
amazing.
show that you've got a good product when people are out there helping
That's
you
right.
because they like it as well and they're using
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
And they're not ashamed to get everyone out there speaking
Yeah.
publicly about it.
Yeah.
So that's my my overall theme checklist.
I like it. So this has come about through trial and error from you. Have you made
Yeah.
some of these mistakes yourself?
There's been some errors. There's definitely been some errors. So
Yeah.
I've gone from like I don't think I've ever hand coded, as in like from absolutely nothing. Like I've used the underscores theme. I've used some roots theme. I've used some other theme frameworks in the past, but like what's out there now is just absolutely leagues above that in terms of being able to create a finished website quickly
Yep.
and focus on the results that you need to deliver. So,
Okay.
in saying that,
Can I ask one question before you go
You
ahead?
can ask
I know
multiple
you
if you
said
like.
we're going to be general with this, but I know people want to know, what are you leaning towards? What are your favourites?
I'll definitely, yeah. Well, I'll
Yeah.
give you a bit of a list, and then there'll be a pick.
Okay.
And then I'll give you that one as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. So some of my favorites, and this is not just through my own favorites, but this is through a bit of research and talking to some other people as well.
Yep.
So themes I really like, themes we like is what I've put there. So you like them as well. All right.
Thank you.
Jen likes these 2. Generate Press. Generate Press is fantastic. It has a free version as well. Let me just bring up.
Oh,
some
we're
of my
answering
notes
Donovan's question
super
here.
quick.
What stack
Oh,
do you recommend?
What stack?
So we
The
can
full
go into
stack.
that.
Oh, yeah, totally. We'll get
Let's
to
talk
this,
about
but
the
remind me-
individual. Okay.
Remind me about that one. That sounds cool. So Generate Press, awesome. It comes with a free version to start with, and then there's premium add-ons to add some extra functionality.
Yeah.
Just going to quickly bring up the pricing that I've got here.
Ooh, we might even be able to share screen for this one.
Don't do it yet. This tool is absolutely blowing my mind at the moment. I don't know if you've ever used
What
this.
is it?
We'll talk about it. You know, this will be for next
Oh
week.
yeah. Yeah, this isn't even our tool of the
I'm not
week.
even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to say anything about what it is. But if Sean Nicole is watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so Generate Press, free, and then Generate Press Premium is $39 a year for unlimited sites.
Ooh, that's not bad.
If you share, you can clearly see I've got the pros and cons listed there for these ones. I made a table and then
Oh,
put
nice.
nothing in there. It was nothing in there, so it doesn't really help anyone. But that's fine. So $39 a year for unlimited sites.
Okay.
Really like that. And Generate Press is awesome. It's really fantastic. Like, just, you know, as we're getting into these, all of the ones that I'm listing here, I think are absolutely great. The differences between them are quite subtle, and the changes that it's very, there's a lot of active development on all of these. So it's probably going to change very soon anyway.
Yep.
So I really think pick one and just double down and just jump in. Like have a little play around with the free version, see what you like, have a talk to the community, see what you think, and make sure it's right for you, and then get the premium one, double down, and just go for it.
Like it. Graham Craig gives Generate Press a thumbs up too.
Awesome. So Generate Press, absolutely fantastic. Going to do it in backwards order, just because
Let's
that's how
do
I
it.
roll. The Beaver Builder theme is also amazing. It's the one that my agency use, and we're really doubling down on that. Although I just can't help myself but buying the premium ones and testing these, if only for the excuse that I'm going to talk about it on this episode. shiny object syndrome. So that's $199 per year for unlimited sites, and it comes with the Beaver Builder plugin as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and the white label version is $3.99 for unlimited sites. I really like that it's unlimited sites. Yeah. In contrast to Ocean WP, which again is a really fantastic option. The premium plugins that they've got there are interesting. They're a little bit different. There's a pop-up plugin for WooCommerce. If you add something to the cart, there's a little pop-up. So they've got some interesting plugins that are not just theme specific, but they're some enhanced functionality there.
Yep.
So it's quite a nice one. What Ocean WP, its pricing is $39 a year for one site, and then $129 a year for unlimited sites for the premium add-ons.
Yep.
But it's got a free version as well.
Okay.
Quite nice. And then there's Astra, which I'm absolutely loving at the moment. And Ray was talking off camera just before, just looking at when Elementor combined with Astra seems to be one of the most absolutely amazing ways to create websites at the moment, because it's pretty much like a website in a box. It's just ridiculous how much it's becoming like plug and play website building at the moment.
Yeah.
So Astra's agency package comes with some add-ons for Elementor and Beaver Builder, and they've also got site templates in there as well. So you can pretty much just like click and have a website. It's just
too easy.
Yeah, it is. It's really easy.
Yeah.
And it's very, very tempting. So it's worth experimenting with these and seeing what you like. Just remember that they'll all pretty much solve the problem that you've got in when it comes to the how-to. So just get in there, double down, use them all as inspiration if you need to, but just really double down on one of them, the company that you like the best.
Correct. So we've got the list of all 4 of those that'll be in the show notes from this as well. So check that out if you want some more in-depth stuff. But as you said, there's 4 of them that we recommend, but have a look at them. They all pretty much do the same thing, like with a few little differences. So really, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I'm interested to know. Like, if you're watching this, let me know what is the theme that you recommend. What theme do you love using the most, or what are you using now and you would absolutely love to use, but you don't have the time, or you want some more information about it? Please let us know in the comments.
We've got definite 2 pluses from Josh and Karen for Astra and Elementor.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go. Oh, am I going to make the switch? No, I won't. I'll stay strong. I'll double down and
practice
take my
what you preach, Simon.
I'll watch this episode again, and then I'll probably sign up for both of those.
All right, that sounds good to me. That's a great wrap. Thank you.
Cool. So there's got to be a winner. There has to be something that rises above the rest.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at Tool of the Week.
Ooh.
Get ready for Tool of the Week.
And today the Tool of the Week is Astra. It's just
drum roll.
It's just incredible when it comes to building themes. The agency package, it's just becoming ridiculous how easy it is to solve the how-to problem. So now start focusing on the why and the value and make epic things for your clients and yourself.
Yeah, so if you do use it, as someone said, give it a try and tell us what you think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we love it. Well, I'm lying because I've never used it, but in general, we at WPE think it's great.
Exactly. Cool, so there you go.
Excellent.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at the end now.
Yeah, we are.
Goes quick. Time flies when you're having fun. And we've hit the 30s.
We hit the 30s. Yeah, well that was, is that 5 likes? We got 7 likes?
Yeah,
in one
cool.
episode. Yeah.
So yeah, if you like what you're hearing and you want to hear more, like us on Facebook, on YouTube, because these go up on our website and as a blog piece, and also on YouTube, which is easy to watch. So ding that bell on YouTube, tell us how much you like us, subscribe. Yeah.
Tell us how much you like us. I would love that if we just got flooding.
We got some really good comments last week.
Why did you pass them on to me?
I thought I did.
In the video?
No, on YouTube, people said we were a little bit entertaining.
A little bit entertaining. I can live with that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what. But yeah, hopefully you're finding this informative and entertaining.
Yeah.
So
let us know what else you'd like to learn. We want to create this show for you.
Yep.
So we're just going to make things up unless you let us know what they are. I really like creating content that was useful. Would have been useful to like my old self. So I'm just going to keep producing that kind of stuff. We're going to keep trying to entertain each other.
And speaking of entertainment, Troy Dean is back next week from his holiday to New Zealand, so he'll be fresh and full of stories for us. So yeah, I think I'll head out next week and leave it to you two.
Well, you're welcome anytime, Jen.
Thanks, Simon. I've been enjoying the last few weeks with you.
All right, so thank you so much for watching. Please leave us a comment, a like, share, all that good stuff, and let us know what you'd like to learn next.
Now, let's see if we can remember the sign-off this week, because we really stuffed it last week.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Pressure's on. So you've taken the reins now, so...
Okay, until next week, knowledge is power.
And silence is golden.